Kickback Show. What's in your cup?
A whole lot of everything. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody all around the world, this is the Kickback Show, thekickbackshow.com. I go by the name of Foz, and she is...
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Tiana Giovanna, and she is...
Organic blackberry, tastes like it sounds, sound like it tastes.
It is.
And he is...
DJ Swivel, anything less would be unswivelized.
Brandon, you got a butler?
Right, yeah. Quarantine things, you know what I'm saying?
Look,
You got big titties and big ass. I'm out here popping.
I'm done. Y'all gonna go ahead and Jared, you taking my place. I'm excited because we got our brother that's back, man. So excited to have you back, my brother.
Man.
I was talking to Afion yesterday.
Man, he's been killing it.
He has been killing it.
Man,
He's been going wild right now.
Yeah.
Man, and I know it may not necessarily seem like much to most people, but my man just hit 1 million followers on his IG, which is a great accomplishment and a great, it's something that's just great. You know what I'm saying? To actually have people that are engaging in what you do. You know what I mean? And the reason why I bring him up, for those of you that have never seen us interact with our brother Jared, Afion was the reason why we got introduced to Jared. He started posting videos of Jared rapping, and one day Swivel hit me like, yo, I don't know if you been keeping up on Afion's post, but he got this cat that's on there that's like vicious, and checked it out and was like, bruh, like, who is this dude, man? And literally, like, just pure murder, bro. Like, everything from the sound, the delivery, just what you was talking about, how you spit it, bro, it's like pure murder. So it's so great to have you back with everything that you've been doing. But then even just more so on top of that, just everything that you've been doing, I'm excited to just kind of tap in and find out more about it, brother.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a long time, man. I missed you guys.
Yeah, we haven't seen you since
my
birthday last August.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's been forever. It's been a long time, man. It's been a long time coming. But I definitely consider you guys family, and yeah, you guys are like my brothers and sisters.
That's right.
Absolute, man. Absolute.
I have to say, because we've been rocking with you since day one, and I have to say, I love the progression of all of the music that you're dropping. I love the fact that you are willing to take risks, be yourself unapologetically, and evolve as an artist.
Thank you.
I've seen some of your tweets, and you're like, if everything sounded the same, how boring would that be?
Yeah.
So I know that you're fearless in that too. So you just dropped "Enjoy the Disco."
Yep. It's one of my favorite projects that I ever got to work on. It was weird how we like landed on that like style, because I was just trying to figure out like where was I gonna go next? Like where was I gonna go from Enjoy Summer? And like I just kind of was like, what is the thing that encompasses me the most? And I landed on funk. And then I was just like, all right, well, how do I do my version of funk? And so that's kind of like how we ended up with that like bouncy disco-y sound. And so it's just like definitely the closest that I've gotten to what I feel is an extension of myself.
Really?
So yeah. So it's definitely it was really fun to make. It's fun to perform.
It's fun to listen to. It sounds so upbeat. Like, okay. Even on like the slow songs, like you still got a little like, okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So it was so fun to make. And I can't wait to continue to create and continue to expand off of that.
Now,
go ahead, Swift.
I was gonna say, last time, Jared, you were on the show was when when Enjoy Summer came out. I remember you saying then like you were thinking about doing like Enjoy Winter, Enjoy Spring.
Yeah, I was doing that, and I actually recorded an album, like an Enjoy Winter album that I never released. And the reason being was because like all the music that I was making that was winterish sounding was like super sad. And so it just kind of like, at the time when I finished it, by the time I was ready to put it out, it just kind of felt like, all right, well, I'm not really like in that sad mind space. Let me just kind of tuck that. And then that's when I got into enjoy the disco. So yeah, I definitely still did that. It just felt like it wasn't the right time to put it out.
How much of this quarantine, first of all, how is your quarantine life?
You know what? In the beginning, it was like nothing was changed. Like, cause we work from home, I edit from home, I do the music from home. So, you know, it didn't really change that much in the beginning. So I was kind of cool. I was like, yeah, this is easy. We're just chilling at home. We get to just sit down. Like, it's no problem. Like, it's all good. And then I started realizing like, oh, this social aspect of life is really missing. Like, I really need that. So right now I'm a little antsy. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little antsy. I need to like be able to move and get out, but yeah, it's been good either way. What about you guys?
It's been amazing. I wanted to ask though, how much of being in quarantine has inspired or influenced the album?
You know, it's hard to decipher because it's like we got pregnant right before it went into quarantine, like right on that tail end. So I got a lot more influence off of the baby coming than the quarantine itself. I think the quarantine like allowed me to sit in my feelings and allowed me to channel those type of emotions, but yeah, it was hard because in that these two things split at the same time. Right. So it's really hard to say where it came from.
You know, that's dope. That's super dope. I mean, and I figured, you know, with everything that's happening with this quarantine, that now is kind of the time to reflect and kind of go on that journey, especially if you are a creator. And as you mentioned, somebody that does work from home, it's like, this is kind of the true testament of, can I really do this? You know what I mean? And will I stand the test of time? Because you can either go stir crazy or you can kind of bottle up all of those emotions, ideas, and everything, and, you know, put it out in the universe. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I think you have to give yourself, because I've definitely had my moments where I'm like mad creative, and I had my moments where I'm like mad, like lazy, and I've had those moments where I was depressed, and I went through the gamut of all of that. And I think you just have to give yourself space in that, because we're dealing with something that we've never seen before. Never in my lifetime has there been an order to stay at home. Never in my lifetime has it been like a worry to go to the grocery store and stuff like that. So, you know, I think as creators, we have to give ourselves space to maybe not, you know, do the best work right now. Or maybe not, you know, give yourself time to like relax and figure things out.
And what did that look like for you? Because, you know, everybody, that's like the question, $1 million question. Like when you found it, you know, getting in your spirit, how did you step out of it?
You know, it's really like, well, especially when I think of like creative situations, I never try to make it about me. I try to like be like, all right, most people when they're in that creative zone, they're like, I'm in the zone, I'm feeling good, I'm the one creating this. And I don't really like try to put it on that. I'm just looking at it as more of a, you could say God, or you could say Allah, or you could say whatever. It comes and goes, the creative God, or maybe it's the all-seeing, whatever. It comes and goes, and it has nothing to do with me. I just have to be the vessel to allow it to go through. So when I don't end up being creative, or when I do create something that is not great, that I don't think it was good, it's like not on me. It was like, whatever was that came last time wasn't here right now. Right. And so I just have to keep being around and keep putting myself in position to make the art, to make the music, and just keep swinging.
Yeah.
I like to think of it as like a frequency, and I always say that heaven is a frequency, or the idea of God is a frequency, and you said it perfect, as we are vessels or channels that this energy or this vibe, this frequency, these ideas and everything flow through us. And when they may not necessarily be on, it's just conflicting frequencies, and it's just up to us to kind of realign ourselves back with whatever that natural flow of things are. So
exactly.
And I imagine that you're vibing at a high ass frequency right now with the news of having a new baby. Congratulations.
Oh,
right.
Thank you.
You guys are so cute, dancing and doing y'all's thing. So cute.
Yeah, no, it's definitely gave me a whole lot of emotions. There's fear, there's definitely like happiness, there's definitely all of the things that you think of when you're bringing in a child. So it's been wild. Yeah, so even it has been very creative. I've been working on a little small, not a full EP, but a little small, couple songs that I'm gonna put out that is dealing with all of those type of emotions.
Right.
So,
and I have to say, I appreciate that as well, because you are, again, that's just you living in your authenticity. Mm-hmm. A lot of people, especially, well, I shouldn't say people, there are a lot of men who are afraid to, let those emotions out. Like, a lot of men are like, yeah, we're having a new baby, but they don't want to talk about the fear or that kind of side of it. So I think that's dope. How many songs are you putting out?
I'm aiming for like 3 or 4. I have three that I like, and then I have like a few on the back burner that are potentials. So if it's 3, if it's 4, if it's 5, I'm not really like, I don't really know yet. I'm thinking like 3 though. Yeah.
Is the baby EP dropping when the baby drops?
Before that, way before that. Like it's gonna be like it's probably gonna come out in like the next few weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, Swivel, that is the funniest thing ever. 1, 2, that I could only imagine, like Jared trying to be present with the baby and wifey, but then like trying to launch an album. It's like, oh, Hawada just broke. Get the album, but then like she's in labor for a week.
Yeah.
Do it now. No, now.
Yeah, do it now.
No, wait, hold on. That was false alarm.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, so I'm just gonna put it out like when it's done. No.
That's dope. You know what I'm excited about too, as far as your journey is concerned? Like, we always hear stories about like the Great Depression and people that survived, like our grandparents, parents that survived either traumatic experiences or some type of crisis or whatever that's happened in the world / America, right?
Yeah.
I'm interested to see the outcome of your journey going through this time that's, I don't want to say it's bad. It's something that's clearly unwarranted and unsatisfactory and very inconvenient, but I feel like the silver lining is yet to be seen once all of this is over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To see that child's journey, the growth and development of your relationship with your significant other, you know, and even now, just with the ideas and everything, like I love seeing the interviews that the both of you do, and the stance that you take on being free individuals that are in a relationship and not necessarily being captive to one another, but just owning yourself and taking a journey together. But then almost the what almost kind of seems like a catch-22 of now being captive within a space together. Yeah. You know what I mean? As free individuals, but having a baby that's high. Like, my mind is clearly blown by just the whole idea of it all. But
there's a lot of layers there.
A lot of it, you know what I mean? Do you plan on incorporating any of that within the music of the baby EP or just in general?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I think like, I think there's definitely moments where there needs to be, exploring down that path, because it is a weird dichotomy that comes into head. And it needs to be spoken about, because it was like the number one thing you get asked about when we're in interviews. People are always like, what are you going to do when you have kids? Is your relationship going to change? Is this going to change? Is that going to do different? So it's definitely something that I definitely will have to explore. And I channel and figure out all of my emotions through music. So it only makes sense that would go that way. I think what I've been doing lately is I've just been kind of like allowing it to go whichever way that it needs to go. If whatever I'm like feeling in that moment, whatever the beat or the song that I'm making in that moment is making me feel, I kind of just like run that way and go down that rabbit hole. But it seems to be all of those emotions and those type of subjects that keep coming up. So it would make sense that I do go down that path.
That's dope. That's super dope. I'm excited, man.
Since Enjoy the Disco is out, available on all platforms, I'm guessing, right?
Yes, it's out. It's everywhere. Enjoy the Disco, Spotify, all of them.
So with that said, Jared, what song off the Enjoy the Disco do you want to play for the listeners right now?
All right. I think you should play Enjoy Your Life. Unless you want to save that one to the end, because it is the best one.
No, I think Enjoy Your Life kind of fits right now with the vibe as far as like
making the best of it. Yeah.
Making the best of it, like you and your wife being pregnant, like, you know, might as well.
Yeah.
All right, so enjoy your life, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Kickback Show. We got Jared Brady in the building.
Oh, what you talking about? Yeah, okay then. Oh, I can tell by your vibe. I can see it in your eyes that you don't like. Intuition don't lie. Don't pretend you're a friend with them on in the spotlight. Big regular, this is real regular. I can tell you don't like them, still like it. I'm a real manic, I go real savage. I can put your baby mama in a full panic. Damn right, so amazing. Magic in the middle. I don't like to talk, but the music do a little. See you tryna talk, but the chick like to wiggle. Why you worry about me, nigga? Just enjoy your life right now. Why you worry about me? Enjoy your life right now. As long as you can breathe, enjoy your life. If you don't, let's go hit the road like enjoy your life. All I'm trying to say is don't hate. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. Damn, really thought you talk less. All the depressed people trying to protest. I don't have time, please don't make me beg for it. That Patron, baby, you ain't gotta pay for it. You ain't gotta guess, I'm over to play for it. I ain't gotta stress, I ain't gonna wait for it. Don't you waste my time tonight. Waste my time tonight. Out my funk, just my luck. Move your hips with the bass in the trunk. Give no space, don't you change that pace. Hit your ex like nigga, just enjoy your life right now. Why you worry about me? Enjoy your life right now. As long as you can breathe, enjoy your life. If you don't, let's go hit the road like enjoy your life. All I'm trying to say is don't hate. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your life.
The Kickback Show. What's in your cup?
Okay then.
Yeah.
Booty on the other side of the computer. Couldn't let y'all see that part. Couldn't let y'all see it.
Man, I remember when you put out that single, I was like, oh, Jared taking it to a whole nother level now.
Yeah. Oh man, it's crazy. That's been like my most streamed record ever to this date. Like people
Oh,
and the like little tiny babies love it, and like old ass people love it.
Yeah.
Like it's all the way across the board.
so Ava does these like virtual FaceTime play dates, right, with her best friend who lives like a couple 100 miles away.
Yeah.
And they are doing this thing now where they'll like hop on Spotify and like listen to music together. And it's the cutest.
Oh.
She will play your music and brag about the fact that she knows who Jared Brady is
That's so awesome.
on a regular basis. They'll like she will turn on your music. She's like, this is Jared Brady. He's like one of the best artists. And then they'll like do their thing, like make up dance moves.
Yeah. That's so awesome. That is so awesome. That's super encouraging. Yeah, it's the craziest thing. Like I don't know what I struck on that record, but no one doesn't like it.
But you know what? She loves
She's got several of your songs on her playlist, like Soaring, Kumbaya.
Yeah, those hit hard for her.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. That is so awesome.
You know what it is, man? Like you struck gold by, again, just allowing the natural flow of creativity. But when you get into having a good time, and we've talked about this for years on this show. Yeah. And I oftentimes bring up like Snoop's Doggy Style, right? As a great example, because they were being authentic to themselves, but they were just having a good time, man. Yeah. And when you have a great time and you make music and you just allow it to flow and you don't overthink and you're just being yourself, that's what you get. You know what I'm saying? And something like disco, funk, soul, R&B, like that whole time frame and that generation when it was first coming out and the originators were like putting their ideas to the max and just putting it out there, and it didn't, they didn't care what they said and they was just being innovative. That's when we got the music that we consider to be timeless, and you tapped into it, man, and it's clearly flawless. You know what I mean? Oh, especially if you got the babies.
Yeah, babies yeah. So I was like, all right, we're good, we're done. We got the baby. We're good. Yeah. No, it's awesome. It's super. It's crazy. It blows my mind every time. Like I did a show like a couple months ago. And it was like an outside show. I don't know what happened. Like, I think it rained that day or something. Hey, what's going on? How are you? I think it like rained or something, and there was nobody there. It was like 3 people there, and in those 3 people there was like 2 kids, and they were singing like every lyric to the song. And I was like, yo, what is going on? So I called him on stage. And he came on stage with his little sister, and he like literally rapped every single word of the song. Like he performed it better than I did. That's why I was like, all right, okay, this is different.
Yeah. When because kids are always gonna let you know exactly what they think. Yeah. Kids are not. They have no filter up to a certain age. So if you get them like thinking it's a bop. Bro,
yeah, it's over. It's out of here.
Yep.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. It's super encouraging. I still, it blows my mind every time.
Yep. Nice.
So now when you have your own baby, when he or she gets old enough, and you're making music, like you'll know when you have an instant hit when they start.
Yeah, when they move into it, I'm like, all right, cool. We're gonna keep going down that path. What was that?
I said when they start wiggling, you know it's right.
Yeah, exactly. That's gonna be the gauge.
Perfect. That's dope.
What's been your main like coping mechanism with kind of again getting through this whole social distancing and kind of adjusting to the new norm in a sense? I know you said being social is kind of like the sobering moment. How have you been doing that? Have you been finding yourself to be on social media much more? Do you find yourself calling friends and family on the phone, or how do you cope?
What's interesting is that like I was thinking about this the other day. Like I've been seeing all the people posting their screen times. Like they're like, oh man, I'm on Instagram all day. It's posting their screen times like 10 hours on Instagram or something. And I looked at mine, and mine was like, it was still a lot. It was like there was like 4 or 5 hours on Instagram, and then like 4 or 5 hours on like the notes side. So I think like I don't know. I think the moral of the story is like I don't know if I've been able to get to a place where I've had like a lot of free time. I've been like always on the move. I've been like always working on something. Like we have a film that we shot for Enjoy the Disco that we've been like editing. We've been going through like the sessions, sending back different things, and then I started working on the next project, and then dealing with everything that we have to do for Shan. And so it's just like I don't think I've had the time to like really process like, all right, now you have free time. Because I think if the quarantine was off right now, I would be doing the same thing that I'm doing right now. Yeah. I think just knowing that I can't go out and do something. So I think once I get to the place where everything is out, the short films, I mean, if they got us here for 3 more months, everything's going to be out that I'm working on. And then I'm just going to be sitting here. And that's when I'm going to really stand the test of like, how are you going to cope? However you guys cope.
You'll be nesting. Y'all will be like nursery ready. Oh, trust.
Yeah.
You'll feel that time.
Yeah. That's so crazy.
But you know what's wild is I've been seeing interviews from, different artists, specifically the Baby, where he talked about him missing out on, I want to say it was either $2 to possibly $5 million worth of like revenue on show. Because you got to think, he just dropped the album, so that would have translated into going on a tour, doing other things, you know what I mean? And granted, being able to create is something that isn't foreign to these times, because it's as easy as, yo, I want you on the silk, I'm gonna send you the beat, Jared, give me 5 minutes, and then you send it back. You can mix your side, I mix my side. But then how does it then translate to, hey, I'm going on tour, catch me in your city, buy your ticket, to now it's like, hey, cash at me $4 so I can perform on this IG live.
That's the other thing. It's like what a lot of people, and I never even really put this together until I heard you speaking about it. I was actually signed on to go on tour right now. Yeah. I had just joined on to a tour that was going to be touring. It was going to end like the end of April. It was going to start like the early March and then end in April, at the end of April. And that whole thing, like literally the week before I was going to leave, I had a show on the 20th, like the week before I was going to leave to go to San Diego. They're like, shut, it's done. You can't leave the house. We're on lockdown. So that whole thing got canceled. So, yeah.
That sucks.
So bad.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a matter of, this is all a planning period.
Yeah.
Right? You can sit here and you can plan out what moves you're gonna make.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, I'm a huge proponent of like writing it down. Like write down exactly what you want, when you want it to happen, and you have time now to make moves to get there. And honestly, like, this is just parent to future parent. Plan it and like go crazy now. Like back now, make music now, do whatever you can now, because then when the baby comes, it's over. And it's not over, but it's over. Yeah, you're gonna want to spend time with the new little one. You know what I mean? Like, so there's that aspect of it.
Yeah.
And then that way you can do that without stressing over, I'm not creating right now.
Yeah.
We live in a time where, as a creator, if you're not creating, you're not relevant. And that can be scary. That can cause anxiety and depression, and people trip out on that. But if you've got stuff, in the pocket. Yeah.
Keep stacking. No, you're 100% right. That's what it's like. It's I'm always thinking about that. Like when the baby comes, like, I don't know how long we're going to be out of commission. I don't really even know how that stuff works. I'm like, we're going to need some help. We're going to need to move in the grandma.
Oh yeah, it's straight up. You need the whole ass village, the town square, and a valet, like all of it.
So,
if you do move, can I have that plant that's behind you, the one that's next to the door? I need that.
Yeah, that's yours. Take that
both
one.
Of them. Both. I want both of them. Yeah, I need both of them. Nah, she's absolutely right. Like, now is the time, and I think it's showing too across the board. Like, artists that are like staying connected and staying active and creating, you're clearly seeing them thrive now, especially with like these TikTok craze videos and dances and people that are clearly getting on live every day and connecting with their fans and bringing their fans into their world and allowing them, like, you're seeing them dominate. And it's not even them necessarily oversaturating. It's just they're constantly like creating content. Like, this is the new way of creating
ways to get it out, to be in there, to be entertaining. They're figuring out different ways to be, and that's what I have not been good at. I have not been on social media. So I gotta definitely step it up in that area.
But I think it's all learning experience, because nobody anticipated this, you know what I mean? And it's one of those things to where it's like, okay, boom, this is what works now. This person has seen success off of doing this. This is how I know how to go about doing X, Y, and Z now. You know?
Yep, exactly.
And keep in mind, we are people being locked at the house. We're consuming content at an exponential rate.
Yeah.
far above and beyond what we were before we left the house. And so I was watching a video the other day, and someone was making a brilliant point in the video and said, look, if you have something like, especially like screenplays, or you're writing something for like film or something like that, you need to like get it out now. Music, any of those things, you need to like get it. I shouldn't say get it out. Get it down now.
Yeah.
When all of this is lifted, people will have finished Netflix, basically.
Yeah, they're waiting for the next. Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, they're like, first of all, there are no new productions that are happening.
Yeah.
See, people are consuming everything that they can. So if you're doing any kind of video content or anything like that, people are going to be hungry for new stuff.
Yeah.
You're on.
That's what I always wonder. I was like talking to somebody about it. I was like, I wonder what's going to happen once there's no more new shows. What are we going to do? What are we going to watch?
You're going to be scrambling. New books.
Yeah.
Music after this quarantine is up, because they're like, okay, I finished all of my iTunes.
Yeah. What do I do? Who do I listen to? And I've seen the music, like the artists are suffering right now because like streaming is dropping.
All right, Jared. So let's play another song off the Enjoy the Disco album.
Yeah, let's do it. Ava, why don't you choose one?
How about Lost Yourself?
Let's do it.
Lost myself, I mean.
She's like, I didn't lose myself, you did. I know where I'm right here.
There it is there. Lost Myself. Jared Brady in the building. This is the Kickback Show. You know what it is.
Alone at the bar, Patron and guitar possess me. Life's in the stars. I'm lost in the dark, just dancing. Lost myself, I wash myself away. Bills ain't paid, they will not fade away. Fuck my boss and fuck that job, I quit today. Yo, ain't shit. My last bitch, she told me I was basic. My old friends, they always fucking hating. Yes, I'm drunk and yes, I feel amazing. Took one look, I feel the temptation. I feel alive. When I get down, I feel alive. When I get down. Lost myself, down. Feel alive every time my mind turn upside down, all night feel right for the love till I caught myself, so down. I could pour another shot just to make sure I lost myself, oh yeah. Let go of the pain and shake out the shame inside you. We all feel the same. There's no one to blame beside you. If she leaves with me, she gon' get it. If she leaves with you, she gon' hate it. If she comes with two, then I'm with it. All she got to do is come fly away. I feel alive. When I get down, I feel
The Kickback Show. What's in your cup?
Hey, man. So what happened? Because you know this industry is wild, right?
Yeah.
What happens if your audience, your fans, everybody says, yo, we just want this Jared? Like, how do you, and this is hypothetical.
Yeah.
Because as creators, we get so caught up in like, yo, I just want to get this vibe out. As we talked about earlier, we on this frequency. Okay, boom, I got it out. It feels good. It is what it is. Now I want to try this idea. You're constantly evolving, right? But what happens when your fans say, yo, we need this and we want this, and then what? Do you then adjust? Like,
yeah.
How do you find a compromise for that?
Oh man, that would be tough. That would be really hard. That would be a heartbreaking day. I hope that whatever I align with, I hope that the fans are aligned with that. But if that did come down to it, I think it would really. I mean, this is just me being completely honest. I think it would really like land on how broke I am. Like, do I need to cater to them, or do I gotta just keep doing what I want to do?
Right.
Oh yeah.
Because I often hear those stories. Oh, go ahead, Tiana.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, I feel like with authenticity comes success.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times, like we were saying earlier, I just kind of harken back to our earlier conversation. When it comes down to it, like when you are authentic, that's when you're your best self, and that's when people are vibing with you the most.
Yeah, and then who's to say that the sound that they're looking for will even sound like that if I don't fully like it, you know? Yeah, exactly. If I'm not fully in that vibe. So
and not only that, they could always go back and listen to your old stuff.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, there's only 5 tracks on there, so they're probably like, yo, we need some more. I feel there's 6, there's 6.
But I still will like listen to College Dropout, because today's Kanye is not that Kanye.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go to Kanye and be like, yo, drop another College Dropout. Like, no.
Yeah.
That's stupid, because he's not in that place anymore.
Yeah, he probably couldn't even do it if he wanted to.
I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
So I guess it's just balancing that middle line of like, you definitely have to pay attention to what they're receiving. You definitely have to pay attention to that. But I think you have to still pay attention to like what you feel good doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I always love the stories of kind of like what you're saying, to where it's like, I just did this to have fun. Like De La Soul was my favorite, where they didn't want to do it, me, myself, and I. You know what I mean? And they just kind of threw it on there on some like, this is just a throwaway, and then it becomes
this
biggest
thing. Yeah.
Thing, you know what I mean? That basically sold a great legendary body of work, which is unfortunate that we can't consume it during this time. But again, it's like one of them things where it was just an overwhelming force that kind of just took over, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's all a part of it. It's all a part of it. You got to just ride the waves when they come.
Yeah, man.
I mean, for me, like, I don't necessarily think you're going to have that is an issue, because I've told Foz I don't know how many times, and I think I may even told you, Jared, like after the night that I DJ'd for you at was that Blue Jay Lounge?
That still was one of my favorite shows. That still to this day was one of my favorite shows.
The energy in that place was freaking.
It was bananas.
But like what I was gonna say was like I don't even remember what record I kind of knew it, but like. Actually, it might have been. What's the one where you did the video where you were rapping in like the parking structure?
Riding the whip, was it? No. Yeah. It was that, right?
When I saw the video plus the song, I'm like, this dude has freaking star power. Like, and most of your videos, like you put out, like you showcase like your star power, and then to DJ for you that night, like to see it live, like in person, and how you affected the crowd and drew them all in when I'm sure a good majority of the people there like didn't know who Jared Brady was.
Yeah.
Prior to that performance, like you got it, man. So.
Oh man, thank you. No, it's crazy. It's like I got into doing the music because I wanted to perform. Like that was the deciding factor. Like I think music has always lived inside of me. I always loved it, but I didn't like decide because I was like, I just like putting words together. Or I just like doing this. No, I decided because I was like, I like being on stage. I like the feeling of like having that interaction with that many people. And that is why I'm going to create music. Mm-hmm. So that was like, my main purpose of even wanting to do music was so I had something to be on stage for.
That's dope.
I will admit, the old school, like boom bap type of hip hop fan that I am, if you do another project where you bring out the bars.
Yes. And like, that is coming. Bro, that is coming. That is coming very soon. I can feel it bubbling. Because there's been a couple, like, still have like rapper friends that like they only rap, and they'll be sending me things to like jump on, and I'm like, oh, I feel myself still, falling into that trap sometimes. So I definitely will have a few more rap albums in me for sure.
No,
that's what's up.
That's super fly. What do you think about these quote unquote battles that's been happening with different and several artists and producers, songwriters, etc.? Have you been able to catch any of them?
Yeah, I got to see the Teddy Riley one. I got to see the Erykah Badu. I got to see, and then I even like how Avion has been doing the roasting one.
Yo,
so,
Erykah Badu was amazing.
Yeah. So
we're gonna come back to Avion, but the Erykah Badu. I love the fact that they had women to represent.
Yeah.
I love the fact that it was Erykah and Jill.
Yeah.
Being that like society has always kind of pitted them together, and then them not only acknowledging it, but like leveling everything out to say, look, we are friends. We've been cool. Like, I love and appreciate your work. Shouting out other women that have come before them and that are current even still.
Yeah.
And I just love like the entire essence of it. And even just, reason why I say quote unquote battle is because it's like, we judge it and we have our favorites and come in with our bias, and it's all subjective, but it's more of it's all love, and it's a celebration of music. Like, it's a celebration of Black excellence in a sense,
Yeah.
I love that they started charting after the Verses. Like, Verses posted it, and like they each had 3 top 100 spots. Like,
and that's how you know they're starting something. Like, it's so obvious that there's such a correlation between when we have this many people focusing their energy towards something. It's like, oh yes, I forgot about that record. That's what I found myself doing.
Or even those people who were not familiar with Jill. We're only really familiar with Erykah and not as familiar with her.
There he is.
But I loved it. I loved that like Jill was so like loving and grateful towards Erykah, because she knew like Erykah's been on since before Jill. Like that, it was Jill. Yep.
Hi.
Did you say hi?
Hello.
Imani, just listen.
You have pretty eyes.
She like just woke up. She's like, what is
She's
happening?
like, I don't know what this screen is. I don't know what you guys are doing.
The whole family is here. See, just for you, Jared.
To kind of finish a thought with the music, I also heard that I guess they've shown that artists that have participated in these exhibitions have seen like a 30% increase in like their streaming and sales as well. But even to kind of you mentioned Avion, part of his hitting 1 million mark was the viral video of him going back and forth with Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
And
that was great
to see. And then, it even goes beyond that. Shout out to A for even doing like the whole bringing up Erykah Badu, him immediately afterwards coming up with Eric Badu and getting into character and making fun of it. Like,
wasted no time.
Yeah, it was like right after. It was like
right after. But he did it. Him and the same outfit, the whole headband with playing the karate movie.
Bruce
but
Lee
even with Teddy Riley, with seeing him become babyface with Spice Adams and them going back and forth immediately after, bro, like brilliance. Like, and it's amazing because this isn't unfamiliar with him. Like, when he had his show, this is what he did. Like, he brought light to several different artists and impersonated them and all that, and it just showed the brilliance. And again, I think it goes to show, like I mentioned, he had a show years ago where he did this for the new fans, new audience, or people that have been fans of his that forgot about that show and forgot the level of brilliance he has. this is a reintroduction to say, look, it doesn't matter what's happening or what's out. This is what I do, and I am a master. I'm a god of my art form. Let me show you how. You know, and it causes people to engage even more, to say, yo, like this is talent. This is art. This is dope.
Yeah.
You know?
And he was even doing lives, bringing in like Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, he was doing content. Bro was really doing all the content. I was like, man, this guy's working.
Man,
he's got the thug yoga, the thoga.
Yeah.
No.
But even on a serious tip, he does this thing to where he offers his platform for singers to come on. Yeah, and I think even he does like rappers too, but I caught him the other night where he has some very talented singers, everything from young girl, like young children, all the way up into seasoned, vets that do their thing. And it was crazy because I went on there and it was like inspiring, like, yo, I'm gonna get on there and I'm gonna sing some deep voice Barry White thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was just amazing to see that. And the other day I got on with him, and right after I got off, just to show love and all that, T3 from Slum Village came on because he was playing Dilla in the background, which was like the dopest thing ever, bro. Like, so phenomenal. And it's, again, a lot of people don't know the levels of intellect and how much of a student Afion is when it comes to hip hop as a culture,
Yeah. No, people don't understand. Like, the man is one of the most talented cats that I know. Like, he can do that. There's nothing he can't do.
Real talk. Real talk.
He even had because I caught the tail end of T3, and then he brought in Frank Nitt right after that.
Yeah, Frank Nitt came on, yep.
And then, I mean, when he was doing Eric Badu, like Snoop Dogg jumped on.
I saw that, yeah.
Bro, that was hilarity, and it was off the cuff. Like, I'm just like, this is freaking gold.
Yes, he earned it. He earned it. He put in the work.
Yeah.
And to kind of go back to like this idea of content, like even just seeing Afion do the singers, it reminded me of me coming up on an open mic scene, right?
Yeah.
To where you discover new talent on this stage, on this platform, of people that this is their only way out or their only channel to exert what they've been working on while they've been confined in a house or at school or whatever the case may be, despite the age range or whatever. And what this ultimately does is it then shines a light and offers other opportunities for you. Like, I won't be surprised once we kind of get back and able to go out, we see Afion book another gig or book a big time movie role strictly off of what he's provided.
Yeah.
No, this time.
I 100% agree with that. I 100% agree with that. And I think that he got to really, especially with the Kevin Hart thing, I think he really got to because I feel like he hasn't got his flowers, like, for how talented he is.
Oh,
and I feel like that gave him his flower. Like, that people really realize, like, oh, he can go toe to toe with anybody.
Hey, bro, like he does it, and you spend it. I mean, it really breaks my heart. Like, this last weekend crushed me, dog. Like, and I mean literally crushed me, from Andre Harrell to Little Richard the next day to then Betty Wright right after that. It was like, bro, like,
2020 is going crazy.
They spazzing right now, you know what I mean? But I bring that up to say, Little Richard, like, seeing all of the clips of him giving himself his flowers, you know what I mean? Betty Wright had just got an Unsung, that had came out. Yep. And, Andre Harrell, granted, well respected, but I don't think enough of these people are, let me rephrase this. I think that now, with the battles that we're seeing, people creating this content, it's offering an opportunity for artists and creators to get their flowers.
Yeah, it's like to show the light on it.
And I think it's even more important for us to recognize where we are and to say, yo, who's out there right now? Let's give them their flowers and show them their appreciation despite anything. You know what I mean? And do it now before it becomes like a rest in peace. Let's do this. Let's pay homage to them.
Yeah, somebody needs to put Stevie Wonder in a major bubble wrap like ASAP before.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah. Then you keep an eye on him.
Hey, man.
Total sidebar. Jared got the whole enjoy the disco.
Oh yeah.
Like
I started noticing. I was like, uh-oh. Like the sun is coming in right on the disco ball.
That's funny.
It goes perfect with the afro and the shirt too, man. Like you look like you ready to so.
Yeah, it's here now. Yeah, it's so funny.
Jared,
Hey, bro.
with like the musical progression, I love that you've also had like a fashion progression.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely just started diving into. I think a half of it was really like, I signed I did a modeling contract, and then I started getting into that world and starting to see like how far you can push it, and then it started getting me to discover I look back in the day when a lot of these artists were coming out, like they weren't just artists, they weren't just like dressing like everybody else. Like you knew when Prince would come on stage, like you could see a Prince wardrobe before he even put it on and be like, oh, that's Prince. Prince is gonna put that on. And I feel like it's starting to get back into that, but I don't know if like you just took an outfit and be like, yo, that's gonna be Young Thug. You know what I mean? Like it's like one of those things where it's like I feel like I really wanted to incorporate that aspect as well. Like I wanted to make something that you could see the outfit and be like, you know what? I can see Jared in that outfit right there.
Yeah, definitely.
That's dope.
I thoroughly appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
I do. I like the outside of the box. Like, this is me. Take me, me, but I'm a whole package.
Yeah. Give him all of it.
Yes. Wait for you to be a dad. That's amazing.
Oh man, I'm so hyped. I'm excited. I already know that the time it's going by slow. It's going by slow. I'm ready for it to be November. Let's just get it out the way.
Do you and wifey have a preference, boy or girl?
She wants a boy and I want a girl.
Girl dad.
Yeah. So she wants a boy and I want a girl. So we'll see who wins that battle.
I'm gonna make you guys have a versus.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, that's funny.
That is funny.
That's hilarious.
So we'll see. I hope it's a girl though.
Girls are great.
Yeah. And I just feel like the way the world is, it's really hard. I mean, it's hard for a woman right now, but I think it's gonna be a woman's world very shortly. So, and I think it's gonna get harder and harder for men to it's gonna be harder and harder to raise men. So
I think especially men of color. So.
Yeah.
Would you want to say?
Maybe it would be like Imani. It would be a girl with boy energy.
I would not be mad at that. I would not be mad at that. Get the best of both worlds.
Hey.
You know what? Yeah. She is, by all accounts, like from all of my friends who have both boys and girls.
Yeah.
Got mad boy energy.
Yeah. Just a little aggressive, a little scrapper.
Oh yeah, she's very aggressive.
Yeah.
Maybe it will be a girl with boy energy.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
You never know.
And she was climbing on me.
Can we play another one?
Yeah.
Play one more.
I'll let one of you guys choose one. Which one you want.
I mean, Foz, you got a preference or?
I mean, I want to play the whole thing, bro. But I mean,
I mean, we got. Well, shoot. I mean, you friggin' murdered that cover, didn't I? Let me just.
Oh yes, I love that record. I love doing that. I'm down with that.
Let's do that one. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Definitely.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Kickback Show. We got Jared Brady in the building. Well, sort of.
In his building.
In a building.
This record is called "Didn't I" off "Enjoy the Disco," which is available now. Who's the original artist again, Jared?
Durando.
Here we go.
1,
Didn't
2,
I? Jared Brady.
3. Didn't I treat you right now? Didn't I? Didn't I do the best I could? Didn't I? Didn't I give you everything? Didn't I? I tried my best just to be a man. Huh. I bought you diamond rings, everything that a woman could need. I bought you clothes, a home, when things were rough for me. I kept on, yeah. And now I'm back again. Yeah. Didn't I do it, baby? Didn't I do it right, yeah. Oh, why you wanna leave me, baby? Didn't I treat you right? I got something for that. Just give me the call back, I'll give you the fall back. I'm giving it all back, just give me the love back. I'm fucking addicted, you bringing the phone back. I'm holding my sentence, you giving me red flags. I'm throwing in a quick flash, I'm giving you whiplash. I hit it and break fast, I couldn't have say that. What I got to say now, I play now, I lay down, I fade out. Didn't I do it, baby? Didn't I do it right? Why you wanna leave me, baby? Didn't I do it right? I bought you diamond rings, everything that a woman could need. I bought you clothes, a home, and things were rough for me. I kept on, yeah. And now I'm back again. Yeah. Didn't I treat you right now? Didn't I? Didn't I do the best I could? Didn't I give you everything? Didn't I? I tried my best just to be a man.
The Kickback Show. What's in your cup?
Yay.
It is.
Hey.
It is.
So, an amazing cover, an amazing song
Yeah.
to me personally, but just an amazing cover because I feel like it had a lot of like these Childish Gambino, Donald Glover type vibes to it.
Yeah.
But then like the thing that made it bounce even more was Kanye used that sample.
I didn't even know.
Yeah. Kanye, was it Kanye? Please forgive me if I'm misquoting. But Kanye used that sample, if I'm not mistaken. And the way that he flipped it was kind of almost like it had the same bounce, is my point. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I heard the record. I heard the original record. I was on a job. I was shooting for this company, and we were in downtown LA. And I was in the company car. Like they were going to the location that they were shuttling us. And the person that was driving the shuttle had the song playing. and it was just the original one that was playing, and I was like, yo, what song? I've never heard the song before. That was the first time I ever heard it. And I was like, what is this? This is incredible. Like this, and it was just like his tone, like the high-pitched tone that he took, and like the way that he was able to ride on that beat. I was just like, I want to recreate this. Like, I have to recreate this. So I hit up like the best guitar player that I knew. I hit up the best violinist that I knew. And I was just like, this is the song I want to recreate. I don't know how to play any instrument, but can we do this? And so they were like, yeah. And they actually were already fans of the song. So yeah, it was definitely a time that I was like, yeah, this is something that I have to recreate. So I was so happy that I was able to do it, because I didn't know when I first started out that I was going to be able to complete that song.
I don't know if this is it, but what's funny is I think I remember the tweet when you said, like, does anybody know how to play a guitar? I have an idea.
Yes.
Is that okay? Yeah. I remember seeing that. And I was like, I wonder what's
up to something.
I wonder what's gonna come of this. Like,
yeah.
Of this.
Like, that was the day that I heard it, and I was like, yo, and then I just started scavenging, like just trying to find people. And it was cool. I found a guitar player that he actually played for me live at another show that I'd done. So I asked him to jump on, and then I found the violinist that I used like a while ago. So then she jumped on, and then once I had a couple pieces, then it was easy to get the rest of it going, because then people could hear it. They're like, oh, I want to be a part of that. So then it just kind of manifested from there.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's fly.
You said that you don't know how to play any instrument. You actually do know how to play one.
What's that?
Phone.
Oh, the phone is an instrument. That is true.
Phone. Play that microphone, Jared.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I bought my own mic that I use when I perform. Oh. And once I had my own mic, I was like, oh, this is how you're supposed to do it. Because then they think about it, like, I don't think a guitar player would be like, hey, come play guitar. And then they'll be like, you guys don't have guitars at your venue? Like, so it's like a singer coming to a venue like, oh, wait, you guys don't have mics? You know?
Yeah.
You know what you need to do is like Snoop has his like marijuana leaf on his mic.
Oh yeah.
Just get like a little cutout of like your afro.
Yeah. And just put it on the top. There's like a microphone with my face on it.
See, and then you can change its clothes.
Yeah. And then the possibilities are endless.
They'll fit your, like, they have to match what you're wearing though.
Yeah. No, hey, you guys got $1 million idea right now.
Foz, you gotta hit the disclaimer.
You know, have a microphone shaped like a Jared Brady doll. And
maybe just take some doll clothes and fix them up.
Yeah.
That'd be easy.
I don't want to encourage you to cut your hair, but you can also find like an afro wig to put as the microphone itself.
Oh, yeah.
Then it gets very philosophical, because then if nobody is rocking with you at your show, you're like, look, this ain't for y'all. I'm singing into myself.
Yeah.
Not to you.
Yeah.
This is actually for me.
This is for me. It's not for you.
Yeah.
I guarantee nobody has a replica of themselves.
Nobody.
The thoughts and the viewpoints and the expressions that have been exhibited here by Jared Brady and the good folks at the Kickback Show, its subsidiaries and parent companies, are sole propriety of Jared Brady, the Kickback Show, its parent companies, and its subsidiaries. So don't be trying to buy our stuff, man. Okay?
Yeah.
Reaching now.
Exactly. Boom.
There it is. Well, look, man. It's always an honor and a pleasure to have you on, man. Like, it's so great to be able to have you as a friend and family, man. Like, it truly is. Like, it's very inspiring. It's always great to hear what you have coming up, to see what you're doing and all that good stuff, man. And I'm happy to see you doing well. Congratulations once again on the new addition to the family.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, man. And the new project and all that good stuff. Please let the good, wonderful people out there know where they can keep up with you and how they can find all of your content.
Oh, I am everywhere. You can find me across the board. Enjoy Jared Brady. That is a Twitter, Instagram. That's pretty much only places that I'm at. But if you want to get my music, just Jared Brady. I'm on all the platforms. And yeah, come check us out. We're chilling. We're having a good time. And vice versa, you guys are family. We got to definitely do this more often. That means I got to start dropping more content so that we have a reason to talk.
Nah, man. Hey.
Your family, you can come on anytime.
Yeah. We got to definitely do some more. We got to do it again.
Absolutely.
Real quick, you have a date for the movie for?
Yeah. Oh well, I don't have a date yet. I don't have a date yet. But if you pay attention on the Instagram, enjoyjaredbrady.com or enjoy Jared Brady, I will be posting a date very shortly. We're at like 80%, so we're like almost done. It's gonna be like once we finish, we want to watch it a couple times to make sure that we're like happy with it.
Dope. There it is, man.
Before the 3 months is up, before we're out of this quarantine, it will be out.
Good, because people running out of stuff, honey.
Yeah.
Running out of stuff to watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Man. Well, there it is there, man. Well, thank you once again, brother. Definitely look forward to shopping it with you once again. And to everybody out there, please support our brother. We go by the Kickback Show, at the Kickback Show on all of your social media devices. I go by Foz. Find me at WaveCap Johnny on Instagram. And she is
Tiana Giovanna across the board on everything.
DJ Swivel on Twitter, Swivel on Instagram, SWIVLL, and Ava is?
I am Ava.
Original _ Ava _
Bella.
There it is.
And then also a quick Kickback announcement. You can find the Kickback shop.
Hey.
Up and running. We got some merch for y'all.
Boom.
Right now. So you can link to that from our website, kickbackshow.com. It'll take you to the Kickback shop if you click on merch.
Oh, I'm about to go cop me something.
Uh-oh.
Yay. There it is.
There it is.
Yeah. Absolutely. Organic Blackberry also on all your social media devices, all that good stuff and things. Until next time, man.
Let's get it. We got to hop on again. Very soon, very shortly.
Please.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys. Love you guys.
All right, man. Love you too, bro.
Later.
Peace.